Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Hello if you're tuning in again, or welcome if you're new to my channel. My name is Rochelle, socials go by MyWellDressedFriend, and I will also put my fitness page across the screen now. I thought in my little mini series of Get to Know Me's that I would sit down with you guys today and tell you a little bit about my fitness journey, mainly because I was waiting to do this big fitness reveal on my 30th, and then I thought nobody will know what I look like now, so it wouldn't really make sense. So I thought I'd better share with you a little bit about what I've been doing and what I'm hoping to achieve. So yeah, that's what the video is going to be about today. Hopefully it's something you will enjoy, so please let me know in the comments box below, and please do like, as it really helps to support my channel. I will also talk through a couple of tips, but in the sense of things that have helped me to stay on track. I am in no way fitness professional or have any sort of skills or qualifications in that space, but I just thought I could share with you some of the things that have worked for me, and I completely understand that everybody's body type and needs will be different, but if there's anything that I can give out to somebody that will help them in their journey, then I will try my best. So yeah, let me know if you enjoy this and stay tuned. So I'm going to insert a little clip, guys, of what I currently look like now on my physique as it is, and then that will act as a reference point for when I do the update and the big reveal in a couple of weeks time. But don't forget that I do have a fitness page as well on Instagram, which I'll pop in the description box below. So if you want to see any of my previous pictures, then head over there. I do post regularly, so you'll be able to see some of my transformation pictures as well. In terms of just letting you guys know about my fitness background, guys, I would not have described myself as a fitness enthusiast before starting on this fitness journey. I've always worked in offices in terms of my jobs that I have, so I've always been conscious of trying to keep up my activity levels. So I have always gone to a gym to some degree, but I would not have said that it was consistent or structured in any ways whatsoever. I would often not go at all for weeks at a time. So yeah, I just would not have described myself as a fitness enthusiast. The reason I started on my fitness journey did actually start off aesthetically driven. So for me, I wanted to look a certain way for my 30th, and I just knew that given like a lot of my prior attempts at getting fit for holidays, etc., I knew that I needed to give myself a little bit more time to really get the body that I desired in my head. So I actually started my fitness journey last July. Obviously it's now July now, so I'm now a year into my journey. I specifically waited until I had a lot of my summer events pre-COVID out of the way, just because I knew that I would not commit to it fully until that was all done and dusted, but I wanted to give myself long enough to be able to sustain the changes as well. So yeah, so in terms of just like a quick background for you guys, I would not have said I was fit before. I started my journey a year ago, and I've mainly been able to achieve it through personal training and strength training. I know a lot of people wouldn't go through the personal trainer avenue, but for me it was just really to make sure that I got that guidance and structure that I was always missing in my fitness, so I could really commit to it. So yeah. So I've got a couple of tips, guys, that I've written down that I just want to go through and share with you. And like I said, I'm not a fitness professional, and in no way is this intended to be direction and you must do this to achieve these results. It's just I thought I would share some of the things that have really worked for me and are hopefully universally applicable to other people that are considering starting on their fitness journey. So yeah, please let me know in the comments box below. I would really love to hear from you guys, and let's dive in. So tip number one is to set a realistic goal. When I say that, I feel like I need to do this for realistic, but then I feel like Joey from Friends. Right, now what I mean is to set a goal that's personal for you and also realistic in the timescale that you've allowed yourself. So for me, when I started my fitness journey, I was on Instagram looking at all of these fitness models that have been doing fitness for many years, and also had a completely different body type to myself. So what I was seeking to achieve by basing my goal aspirations on their body types was completely unachievable, especially within that 15-month window that I had allowed myself. So yeah, that's just my first tip in terms of, if you are starting on your fitness journey, have a real think about what it is you want to achieve, and just be prepared to consider what's possible in whatever time scale you've allowed yourself. So tip number 2, and I'm going to sound like a broken record because I'm sure you would have all heard this before, so I won't spend too much time on it, but it's to please be patient and to allow yourself the time and your body the time it needs to see the results that you're working towards. And really, just to put that into context, like I said, when I was looking at all of these fitness models on Instagram, if you read some of the things that they're saying, and if you look at their fitness journeys, they have been working on their fitness for many years. So even though they offer 8-week, 10-week, 12-week programs, etc., it doesn't happen overnight. So please be patient with yourselves, and just allow yourself the time to see the results from all the hard work you're putting in. So in terms of the third tip, it's to just be mindful of what you're putting into your body, and in no way, shape or form am I suggesting that everybody needs to calorie count and track their food. But what I mean by that is just being aware of serving sizes, and also liquid calories. So where I feel as if I always went, not wrong, but where I never really paid attention prior to starting my fitness journey, is I would just pick up a meal deal if I hadn't had time to prep anything. And picking up a meal deal with like a triple Cajun sandwich, which was obviously my go-to meal, and like a smoothie, innocent smoothie, that in itself, and the snack could be right 900 calories, 1000 calories then and there. So it's just being mindful of the content of some of the foods that you're consuming. So tip number 4, and I think this is the one that's really worked for me, so probably the most important for me personally, but tip number 4 is to make small changes, and I'll just explain this a little bit. So when I first started my fitness journey, I was given a fitness program and also a nutrition guide. I did not focus on the nutrition program at all. I just fully focused on the fitness program for the first few weeks, so I could get myself comfortable with the workouts and introducing fitness into my routine. So like I said, I used to sporadically work out, so making sure that I was at least having 1 or 2 workouts a week. And then when I became comfortable with that, that's when I started to introduce the nutrition element into my fitness journey. And this links back to my first 2 tips. So being patient and realistic in terms of your goals. That's why I allowed myself the 15 months to be able to slowly make these changes, just because I knew, well, for me personally, and hats off to anyone that can, but I knew I would not be able to sustain all of these changes if I tried to do it all at once, just because it would be such a shock to my usual way of living my life. But yeah, so that is tip number 4. So tip number 5, guys, and I'm sure you've heard it all before, so I won't dwell on it, but it's to stay consistent. So to example, one of the early points that I was saying is I would make sure that I was fully focused and comfortable with one element before making any changes. So in terms of my workouts, I made sure that I was at least doing 1, and then upping it to 2, and then 3, and just making sure that I was comfortable at keeping that up before making any sort of nutritional changes or changes to the workouts that I was doing. And that's really helped me to sustain some of the fitness changes that I've seen during this journey. So tips number 6 and 7 I'm going to do together because I think they go hand in hand, but you by no means have to do them together. You don't have to do them at all. Like I said, these are just tips of things that have really helped me in sustaining my journey, but I'm not a fitness expert, so take from them what you want. But yeah, 6 and 7 is to capture your journey and to share your journey, and you will see that through my fitness page. I am always sharing, just updating whoever wants to listen about what I'm doing and what I'm eating and the workouts that I'm on. But no, I find this has really helped me. I've really struggled in terms of capturing my journey before I sort of saw results in my body, because I wasn't really comfortable in taking pictures. But what that has meant is that I don't really have any sort of transformation comparison pictures, or I just have one or two that I just always refer back to. And it just makes it quite difficult, because it takes you a longer time to notice the changes to your body than it does for somebody else to notice it. And it just helps in terms of capturing the changes for you to be able to refer back to. And also I find this during workouts as well. If I have a mirror there, or if I record myself, especially if I'm not doing one-to-one training sessions, I can watch it back and see where I need to correct my form. And like I said, just have a reference point about what I was doing previously and what changes I need to possibly make. And then linking back to sharing your journey, I've just found, like, honestly, this is probably the most important one. I know I said that before, but honestly, this one, it's just helped me so much to be able to share my fitness journey with my friends, and also just through my fitness page, because one, it helps me feel accountable for what I'm doing, but also it's just helped me to really build up a fitness community, and discover or build up relationships and be able to talk to people about the changes or the struggles that I'm facing in terms of my journey, because it's not always all positive. So yeah, it just really helps me to be able to connect and to talk through some of those issues with other people who are going through the same sort of point or same sort of process. So yeah, so that is tips 6 and 7, to capture your journey and to share it. So tip number 8, does that even look like an 8? Right, tip number 8 is to find what works for you. And I know that can sound really silly, so let me explain it a little bit. But like I said at the beginning, everybody's individual body needs and body type is different. So what you might do and what might work for one person might not work for another person. And this again is why I'm saying these are just tips. It's in no way or means me saying you must do these things. It's just things to consider to help you on your journey. I just think there's so much out there, and if you're linking back to some of my earlier tips and you've given yourself the time to do it, you can find whatever works for you that you enjoy doing the most, which will help you to be consistent, and hopefully see the results that you're working towards. I don't know how my hair has gotten so from just sitting here, but if you didn't notice in the intro, that's what's different. But yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I've given you something that you could use and apply in your fitness journey. Please do let me know in the comments box below. I'd really love to hear from you guys, and do like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this. I will probably put another one of these videos out in the future, because I am still on my journey. I am still learning, so as I continue to learn, I will continue to share with you guys, and hopefully you will continue to listen and join me.